You don't need to know God to know that it's not allowed. You know there is a creator to the world? Yes. Somebody made the world? Yes. It's obvious. Somebody runs the show. Nobody could have made a brain of a human being with unlimited amount of connection. 10 trillion connections. You know what it means? All the cell phones, all the landlines, all the internet lines, all the satellites, all of them combined doesn't even reach 1% of a brain of one person. 1%. All the brains in the world. Imagine, we have 7.5 billion people and 2 million different kinds of animal, which is each species, they have billions and trillions. Do you know, think for a second, an ant walk on the floor. An ant. You walk on the floor, you step on the ant, you don't even feel it. That's how soft and small it is. Or a mosquito. Did you ever think, how can a brain of a mosquito was created? By a random explosion? Boom! Explosion. Material was created out of nowhere. How did it create a brain of a mosquito? You need a microscope, size of bigger than this whole synagogue. Very, very big, to see the brain of a mosquito or an ant in a normal size. And then inside you see millions and millions and wire with connection inside the little tiny brain of a mosquito, that it's smaller than a crumb of a cookie. Inside this you have a brain with billions of connections. That's how the ant moves, that's how he knows how to hide, to carry, to lift the legs, or worms with 20 different legs, how the legs are moving, the nerve system, the blood. What's going on with you? Are you normal? How do you even dare to say I don't believe in God? Every person that say it must be hospitalized in a mental institution immediately. There's no other words for him. It's totally crazy. If a person say I don't believe in the Torah, it's not crazy. Nobody ever educated him. He's ignorant, like he said. Ignorant. Come to me 1-2 hours, I'll teach you the basic. You'll begin to understand that the Torah is divine. But as long as nobody ever proved to you, it's normal not to believe in the Torah. Nobody ever taught you. You didn't go to yeshiva. What do you know from your life? Fine. But to say there's no God, the world was made by itself, the world is running by itself, the world is functioning by itself, you are a danger to society. Same thing, now they found that trees have feelings. When you chop a tree, Russian scientists proven without any doubt that every time you chop a tree, the tree is screaming from pain. There's even a way to hear it. It creates energy. It turns a flashlight on. The Torah spoke about it. The Gemara says when you chop a tree, his voice from the screaming goes from one side of the world to the other. But Hashem programmed the ear of a human being that he cannot hear it. Because nobody will ever chop a tree. We won't have homes. We won't be able to build sukkah. We won't be able to use the trees to make fire. In Bet HaMikdash, we won't be able to use the trees. That's why Hashem made us unaware that the trees have feelings. Trees have feelings. Trees open up, tree close, depend who comes into the room. If somebody that they like comes, they open up. If somebody that they hate, they shrink. There are so many things that people don't know. If they only learn Torah, they will be amazed. Today, Baruch Hashem, slowly, science discover more and more things that it's already written in the Torah. That's only make my job easier. Every week I get new discoveries, and right away I see this is in the Zohar, this is in the Gemara, this is here, this is in the Midrash. Only make it more solid, that you see whatever they discover today, it was written by the Gemara, Chachamim spoke about it. Chachamim. Did you know that until 20 years ago, nobody in the world knew how identical twins are made? Nobody knew. Scientists couldn't explain how twins are made. They know that seed goes into the egg. But what happened after? They didn't have the equipment to know. So generations ago, they thought that a woman become pregnant twice. Meaning, she was with her husband, one seed went into an egg. A week later, they were together again, another sperm went into an egg. So 2 eggs develop into 2 babies. But that can be two unidentical twins. One look like this, one look like that. But how two looks exactly the same face, even the same voice? Nobody knew. But it's written in the Gemara, when there was no microscope, no computers, no monitors, none of the things that we have today. 20 years ago nobody knew. The Gemara say, one seed went into one egg and split into two. The egg, you cannot see an egg without a microscope. It's very small, all of it. What seed? Seed, from all the liquid, it's a microscopic seed. You cannot see it with the eye. You need a big microscope to see it. It goes into the egg and develops to a baby. A baby comes from a little drop size of a needle, from a little dot. A human being comes out, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And they are fools. I cannot even listen to them anymore. My ears are falling off. Rabbi, evolution. Evolution. Everything by itself. The watches became by itself. Cars became by themselves. Cameras became by themselves. And the wires connected exactly with the pins. The wires also made by itself. And the wire knew to become exactly to fit in the camera. Beautiful, huh? One wire in China, camera in Japan. They both decided to be created at the same time. They found each other, and it penetrates, and it's beautiful. Huh? What's the chance that something like this would happen? So why you go to college to listen to their nonsense and pay them $50,000 a year? That's what they teach you over there. 4 billion years ago, when the first explosion occurred, Ay, Rabotai, time to wake up. You don't know how lucky you are you came here tonight. You got a motivation call. Please take my CD, Purpose of Life, Baruch Hashem. It's a very, very big success. It goes all over the world. Every week, few thousand people watch it. Every week, few thousand. It went to hundreds of thousands already. It changed life.